She had to fight through a concussion that forced her to miss 3 games after she had started 84 consecutive games. But Robin Pitchton told us yesterday in the last game, Haley looked more like the Haley that we've seen over these last 5 years. So let's see how she's able to play here today. Florida wins the tip, and the first points of the game are scored by Layla Reynolds. The freshman, averaging 7 a game, gets the Gators on the board.
Well, you definitely want Haley Frank coming in and feeling at her best. For Missouri to have an opportunity to get out and get going early, they're going to have to find Haley.
Mizzou's freshman Hannah Linthicum can't answer on the other end, and here is Matharu. Matharu lost her footing and couldn't get rid of it before she went down, so it'll be a turnover for Florida, and it'll be Tigers basketball. Mizzou's starting 5 features Grace Slaughter, member of the SEC all-freshman team, Mama Dembele at the points. Ashton Judd, sophomore. We've talked about Frank and also the freshman Linthicum. Frank, the leading scorer and rebounder for this Mizzou team. Looks for the assist, finds a wide open teammate. That's Slaughter for the first 2 for Mizzou.
That's a wide open look because there's going to be so much attention on Haley Frank up top, and you can't leave him down low.
Florida's starting 5 includes Zippy Broughton. Rolled an ankle yesterday in practice, so there's concern whether or not she'd be able to go, but she's out there today. A turnover by the Gators. Judd back the other way, defended well by Jariah Warren. Now Reynolds. Reynolds turns inside for 2 more. Good start for the freshman.
That's a great start. Layla Reynolds is that freshman player you want to watch, and she will become into her own the next couple of years. But when we talked to Coach Kelly Ray Finley yesterday, she said, I need her to shoot. And right off the bat, Ashton Judd knocked down a triple from the corner.
3-point shooting has been a big part of Missouri's success through the years. They make on average 8 a game, which is second in the SEC. Florida struggled from outside the 3-point line in their last game, which was a loss to Auburn. They were 0 for 18 from beyond the arc in the regular season finale.
I like the court vision right here. Mama Dembele, good job driving. She sees the Ashton Judd floating down to the baseline and able to get those 3 points.
Mama number 1 in the SEC in assists per game, better than 6 assists. That's 5th in Division I.
Well, it's been fun to watch her, you know, over the course of the last couple of years, but she's just continued to develop. And there's Grace Slaughter down low, member of the all-freshman team.
Number 3 scoring freshman in the SEC. So Leilani Correa into the game quickly for Florida. Here she is, number 23. And Dembele with another steal.
We failed to mention that she's also a member of the all-defensive team, so Mama Dembele, another shot, Grace Slaughter for 3. On the side.
What a start for Missouri, and that forces an early timeout for Florida as Mizzou has put 10 on the board in the first 2.5 minutes.
Gotta love the hands. Mama Dembele is just so good on the defensive end, but look, leading the break right to the 3. Grace Slaughter knocked down. Lost against Auburn this past Sunday, but she said she wanted to put a stamp down. She didn't want there to be any indecision on who the 6th Woman of the Year was, and she balled out, came out, and just loved watching her play.
And Tamika, I love the love that she showed for Ashlyn Watkins. She said, look, no disrespect, but, you know, I'm just not going to give him a choice that night. And that's how you do it. You know, you come out and really, you got to make your own statement. And also love the fact that, you know, someone who might have struggled with confidence early on, put in the work, and then once she was recognized and validated with this award, now she's stepping in the rooms and saying, hey, I feel like one of the big dogs now.
Well, definitely a big dog, and I think when you watch her today, she carries herself with a little bit more confidence, and you know, I think she had a little bit of a chip on her shoulder before.
Matharu, tough take to the basket, rebound by Slaughter, and here comes Mama. Back out to Slaughter from deep, just short, and the rebound for Reynolds. As you can see, Florida will push off the miss. Reynolds to Matharu.
Well, that's what Florida wants to do. They want to get up and down, and Matharu, good step back right into a 3-point shot. That's what you're looking for if you're Florida. She is their leading scorer, so Leilani Correa comes in off the bench, but Aaliyah Matharu is the leading scorer, and finds so many different ways to score.
0 for 18 on threes. Last game, 1 for 1 in the next game for Florida. Judd, good find. Linthicum for 2.
Missouri is an interesting team to watch. I mean, you look at their record, and of course the record doesn't reflect what they're capable of doing, but Haley Frank and Mama Dembele, obviously the ringleaders for this team, but they've got 8 newcomers to this team, and they've still been trying to figure out how to get those points and how to get the team chemistry going.
But when they're clicking offensively, they've got the motion offense going. It's very tough to defend, and right now Florida's doing a good job defensively. And a turnover for Missouri will give the ball to the Gators.
3-second call down low. You can't pick up the ball if you don't have anywhere to go.
Robin Pinchton, 14th season as Missouri's head coach. Disappointed, obviously, in the record, and disappointed that the team hadn't experienced more wins. But when you watch that team practice yesterday and how they work with Robin, how they work together, how they have that affection for one another, you would never know that they have struggled down the stretch in the SEC. That attitude has not changed for the Tigers.
Well, her attitude and her energy is contagious. Aaliyah Matharu getting called for the foul, and on the flip side before, Cody Rimdahl getting her first 2 points. But I would agree with you. Coach Pinchton, when you have an opportunity to talk to her about her team and watching them work out yesterday, their practice, the energy is always high. The Linthicum sisters, they bring the energy every day, but it's a lot of fun. The energy is contagious.
Here's Slaughter. Frank, defended by Correa. Picked up her dribble, needs help. Judd in trouble, and Slaughter can't save it. Things have changed for Kelly Rae Finley's team after she had to take that early timeout. They were turning it over, but now they're turning Missouri over, getting a couple of stops. Kelly Rae now in her 3rd season as the Florida head coach.
Coach Kelly Rae Finley done a good job with this team, and having had the last couple of games for them, she continues to just talk about, she doesn't even feel like they have seen their best game yet. Obviously certain players have stepped up, but still some more expectations.
Do you know whose hands were in there? Mama got the steal. And then in transition, Linthicum. Abby Schreck with the assist.
Everybody knows when you get to tournament time, it goes 0-0. It does not matter what your record is. You have an opportunity to advance. We saw that in the first game. Kentucky advancing. Both of these teams want to get to that next level.
Broughton off the mark, picked up by Mama. Here she comes, defended by Broughton. Linthicum cuts again, no, and the rebound for Ernie Kindred on the floor for Florida. Reynolds missed the mark, but there to clean it up is Correa.
Both teams trying to be aggressive, taking the ball down low, racking up on points in the paint.
Correa's first shot, first points. And the foul is going to be called on Broughton, trying to defend Dembele.
Well, you said it earlier, whose hands were in there? You saw number 4, Mama Dembele. Gets her hand in it, forces the steal. They come down, wide open. Linthicum down the middle of the paint. That's the transition break. Missouri, we're used to seeing them shoot the 3, but today they're really looking at that transition game.
Now this is what makes Tamika Catchings happy. That's already 3 steals for Mama.
Hey, all defensive team. Of course, the ringleader, Camila Cardoso from South Carolina, Defensive Player of the Year.
4 on the shot clock. Don't know if Mama realizes it. Has to get rid of it, and she does after the horn. So it's a shot clock violation.
That was close right there. Haley Frank, we didn't even mention that she was on the bench, but coming back in the game, players have had to step up with her being out. And yeah, I think that honestly probably works to your favor as a coach, having to have other players step up.
Abby Fight with the rebound. Off the miss by Lexi Dizeko. There's Mama on the drive. Denied by Kindred. Into the hands of Broughton as Rimdahl on her left. Zippy will do it herself. The kick to Rimdahl, good shooter, but not this time.
Birdie Rimdahl is the player for Florida. They rely on her to shoot the three-pointer. She's had some ups and downs shooting this season, but every single time that the ball goes up, the team is hoping that the ball will go in.
Kindred with the rebounds. Rimdahl spins it up, off the mark. Judd with the rebound and a foul called on Kindred.
And I like the aggressiveness for both teams, specifically looking at Florida trying to attack the basket, either get the layup or find the outside shooter. As you mentioned earlier, they did not shoot the ball well from the three-point line. And here's a nice drive by Birdie Rimdahl.
Substitutions for Missouri includes Mama going to the bench. She has played hard here. She looks pretty winded, so she'll get a break here for a little bit. Frank back in. They try to find Frank on the inside. She finds Judd on the outside. Warren the rebound.
Good look right there.
Dizeko shut off by Judd. Broughton will launch a three. That's off the mark.
Interested to see how Florida adapt. Their three-point shot not on this past Sunday, but they're still shooting three today. Both teams that look like trying to get the ball down low and get the flow with your offense inside and then work your way outside.
I mean, you were there in Gainesville. If I told you that Florida was going to go 0 for 18 on threes, yet only lose to a good Auburn team by 3, that just shows you that like they were in it, and both these teams have been in games, and they're very similar in a way where there have been periods of time where they look, their good has been good, but sustaining that over a long period of time has been a challenge for Kelly Ray Finley, and on the other end for Robin Pitch. There's good 2-3 quarters in games, but it's that 1 quarter period of time that really does them in.
Well, they settle. They start settling for threes, and Missouri for a long time we've talked about three-point shooters. They have the three-point shooter. But when the shot is not falling, you got to find other ways to score. And that's where your points in the paint, figuring out ways to attack, drive. You don't always have to step to the three-point line. Step in a step and get that two-pointer.
Both teams struggling from the field right now. They have both gone 0 for 5 from the field in their last 5 attempts. Here's Schreck, defended by Broughton, closing in on a minute to go in the first quarter.
Haley Frank has not taken a shot yet. Done a good job of finding her teammate.
Fights. Defended by Faith Duke. Here come the Gators. 6 straight misses for Mizzou. 6 straight misses for Florida. Again, as Katch just said, settling for shots from the outside. Meanwhile, Mizzou takes it on the inside, and Ashton Judd puts it in for 2.
I love that drive. Ashton Judd, head down, straight to the basket, and goes up strong.
Broughton with the kick. Wide open look for 3. That one is off the mark after making their first three-point attempt. Florida has missed their last 5 three-point attempts.
And they're going to hold it for 1. Shot clock winding down.
Down to 5 seconds on the game clock. 4. Slaughter, no. Warren with the rebound, and that will do it for the first quarter. It's a lead for Mizzou over Florida at the end of 1.
Been watching it for a while.
Second quarter underway. That jacket at that game, by the way, the Dress Like Kim night, that got a workout. Christy wore it, I wore it, Flauget wore it best at the end of the game. We stole it from the mascot, or borrowed it. He had it back on
borrowed
Sunday.
it.
Get to see LSU and South Carolina coming up on Friday as they both earn double buys into that round of the tournament. 4 games tomorrow, 4 games on Friday.
Alabama Ole Miss will also
Earn that double bye.
Friday.
Both teams a little cold at the moment right now after pretty good starts offensively. Missouri started 6 for 9, finished off that quarter 1 for 8 from the field. Florida started 5 for 7 and finished the quarter 1 for 10. Brooke, you were eavesdropping on Robin Pinchton's huddle a moment ago.
Well, you hit the nail on the head with the slow offense for both teams. She wants to see some more spacing and movement within her offense, just trying to get her players, to pass and move without it and rotate, really. And she said, we're seeing a lot of one-on-one ball out there. I want you to be aware. Rip it if you've got it, but certainly just be aware of the types of shots that you're taking.
Well, Dwyer Warren going to get that layup in, but I would agree. I mean, when you look at Mizzou, when they are at their best, the spacing is there. Everybody's spread out. They're moving the ball. I know they've had like 1-2 passes, but I almost feel like they work better when you get multiple passes and you go from one side of the floor to the other.
Matharu couldn't get it, and it's picked up. Haley Frank gets hit up above the shoulders, grabbing at her eye. And they stop play here. I would think this means they are going to go look at the monitor. Now, this is always a concern here because Haley is coming off concussion protocol. We mentioned at the top of the telecast, missed 3 games. Foul is on Faith Dute.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
And they are at the monitor putting on the headphones.
The energy, the focus, being able to lock in. Ayana Moore, obviously one of the players to watch. Jordan Cambridge, her story, and just what she's been able to do through the course of her year. Exciting to watch. We're seeing it coming to fruition, and they are red hot right now.
Traveling violation out of the timeout. Missouri with the turnover. Just to go back from what they were talking about, the officials went to the monitor. They just said it was a common foul. There was nothing beyond that on that contact from Faith Dute to Haley Frank. So just a common foul on Dute, her first.
Waiting for one of these teams to figure out from an offensive standpoint what they need to do to get the ball going. And Leilana Correa, a big basket for Florida.
Usually that's someone who could figure out how to get things done offensively when things aren't going well offensively.
We're shooting 100% right now, 3 for 3. All good shots within the flow of the offense.
And Correa comes away with it. To Matharu. Matharu off the window for 2. Great quarter for Florida here in the opening 2.5 minutes of this second quarter. They've put it out to a 5-point lead, an 8-0 run to start the quarter for the Gators.
Well, there's the first shot right here. Leilana Correa, good job reading the defense. Faith Dute tried to come over and set a screen, but Correa waited for the screen and went and got a nice pull-up jumper. And here you go, a steal. So from defense lead to offense, and Correa sees a wide open Aaliyah Matharu. Nice right-hand finish.
First quarter had a big lead, so they can get hot in a hurry if you're going past some recent results against Mizzou. We're seeing some of that here in this quarter. They're 4 for 5 here in this second quarter.
Well, that's why Coach Pinton wanted to call a timeout quick. We got 4 quick baskets and nowhere to answer. Haley Frank down low, not able to get the ball up, and that's going to be a turnover.
She draws a triple team, and then it's a turnover on Missouri. So Florida all over Missouri's best player, Haley Frank, and forcing the turnover. That's 7 turnovers for Missouri. They have struggled to take care of the basketball. Warren tries a 3 and can't get it, and Slaughter's got the rebound. Three straight turnovers for Missouri. And Dembele makes it 4.
And nowhere to go. Mama Dembele trying to spark some offense. They've got to move the ball, not by the pass.
Rimdahl for 3. Tamika mentioned it. She can shoot. That's the 35th 3 she's made this season. And Florida stretched it out to an 8-point lead. 11-0 run to start the quarter.
Well, that's a good sign for Kelly. Coach Kelly. Birdie Rimdahl is a player that you want to figure out. She's gone up and down this season with her confidence and how she's shooting the ball. But Coach Kelly Ray Finley has continued to emphasize confidence and infuse that in her great transition game. Nice pass up, Leilana Correa. Definitely, you saw her just motion like, you got this. Shot it, made it. Nice little high five.
Well, you want to talk someone who's a confidence builder, a glasses half full person. That's Kelly Ray Finley, the head coach for Florida. Rimdahl's got 5 after struggling against Auburn last game when she went 0 for 3 from outside the three-point line. Leilani Correa, not this time, and the rebound for Linthicum.
Missouri needs to settle down. Again, you space the floor. As Brooke said earlier, she heard that in the huddle. Spacing the floor and passing the ball, working with each other.
That's off the mark. Frank dives for the loose ball. It's picked up by Broughton. Numbers the other way here for Florida if they hurry. Hand it off to Warren. Warren, beautiful feed inside. Broughton for 2. Another timeout called by Missouri. All Gators here in the second quarter. 13-0 the scoring here in the second in favor of Florida.
Well, Florida Gators have done a good job of pushing tempo and taking care of the basketball. You see this nice pass, Jariah Warren, Zippy Broughton, wide open down low for the finish. And Missouri just right now scrambling on the offensive end, scrambling on the defensive end, and Florida taking advantage of it.
Well, she's with us here. We'll get to that. She learned what that meant this year, guys. Eric, does Eric know what stand-on business means?
Oh, come on. You do not want to get in that kind of quiz with me. You know I know the answers. Don't let me drop a Riz on you this early in the week. All right, we'll check in with you all at halftime. Another miss for the Gators. They are now 0 for 5. Nikki makes a great point, too, Tamika. They have not seen Haley Frank attempt a shot yet. And right now, the momentum surging for the Gators. Rimdahl, another 3.
Birdie Rimdahl, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, feeling good. Her confidence will infuse the rest of the team. And when she's scoring, I mean, Leilani Correa and Leah Matharu are going to do what they do, but I think the important part is having other players step up and be consistent.
16-0 turns out to be the start for Florida here in the second quarter, as Shrek knocks down the 3 to end the run.
Much needed 3, much needed basket for Missouri. They've had a couple of looks, but more turnovers than actual shot possession.
Rimdahl shut off, back outside to Zippy. Rimdahl. Kindred on the turnaround for 2. Everything's coming up Gators right now.
Aaron Kindred, one of those utility players down low, a little bit undersized, and that's one of the things, you know, talking to Coach Kelly Ray Finley, Missouri's size was of concern to her.
Three-pointer for Judd. She's leading Missouri in scoring with 8 points. Reynolds quickly back the other way, draws the foul on Haley Frank. Good aggressive play by Layla Reynolds. It's funny, Kelly Ray Finley has had a consistent, familiar theme over these last couple months when it comes to her talented freshmen. Shoot more. And she'll say it again and again, and she jokes around. How many freshmen in the country would love just to have their coach say, shoot more, you're not shooting enough? Well, Layla aggressive on that take. She'll learn a trip to the free throw line.
And she's been aggressive since the beginning of this game. I think coming out, we had a chance to talk to her yesterday and congratulate her on her all-freshman honors. And I asked, like, what do you take from that? And she said, honestly, just confidence. I have more confidence going in. Not that I didn't have it throughout the season, but to be able to be recognized as one of the top freshmen in the SEC, that's a huge honor with all of the great players that are out there.
Has to settle for 1 of 2, has 5 points, and here's a steal. Matharu comes away and finishes.
Did you see that steal? Aaliyah Matharu just jumped straight up. Shrek's trying to do a straight line pass.
9 points for Matharu. That three-point attempt is off the mark, and a rebound for Kindred. Matharu tried to throw it in the corner to Reynolds, who caught it off the tip, and a beautiful finish by the freshman.
Florida is on a roll right now, attacking the basket. Birdie Rimdahl started all of this with the three-point shots that she made, and look at this aggressiveness.
Shrek holds on to it. Gators really extending the defense now. Correa all over Judd. Fights the entry pass to Judd, and Broughton a little too aggressive, gets called for the foul.
That's going to be Zippy Rod's second foul, but look at this play right here. That's just a straight up jump. She's running backwards and then goes right up. Haley Frank not able to get in front, but then Aaliyah coming around. Layla Reynolds is just having a phenomenal day so far. Said shoot the ball, shoot more. Shoot whenever you get it, and she's done a good job of doing that today.
Slaughter with the travel. That's turnover number 10 for Missouri. And the Gators will bring it across half court inside of 3 minutes to go first half. Ringdahl back into the game, has an open path to the basket for two. And another timeout called by Missouri.
She's loved on them all season long. So when you get in the heat of the moment and knowing what this game means, Haley Frank, it's her senior year, last opportunity for her. Mama Dembele can come back if she wants, but you want to go out with a bang. Ooh.
Mama and Faith Duke, a hard collision, and both are still down. Hard to tell if it was on the initial contact or then hitting the court or both. No, there was a sandwiching, and when Dembele hit the floor, that seemed to be the hardest part of the contact, but Duke got it there, but just off balance. Oh.
Mama Dembele got hit on both sides. She got hit by Duke on the left, and then when she fell on the floor, she fell on her right side.
She's not coming out.
No, she definitely not.
Mama, the Scholar Athlete of the Year in the SEC, a 3.96 grade point average in health science, speaks 5 languages. I can go down.
What are the languages?
English, Spanish, French, Catalan, and Bambara, which is from Mali. And she's someone who obviously has been outstanding in the classroom, but watching her development over her time in Missouri has been so fun to see. That's last touch by Florida. It'll be Missouri basketball.
Florida just doing a good job of attacking the basket. Love that defensive possession. Missouri hands straight up. Able to get the ball back. Mama Dembele.
Yeah, she sees an opening and takes it to the basket for 2. Ringdahl quickly back the other way. Ringdahl. Correa. Faith Duke will try it from outside. And the rebound pulled down by Judd.
Now that's a shot you've seen Faith Duke take. So within the flow of the offense, Coach Kelly Ray Finley said, I'm okay with it within the flow. I'm now okay with it being the first shot of the offense.
Slaughter back outside. Dembele on the run. No. And Matharu's got the rebound.
Florida trying to set up their offense, and almost another steal by Mama Dembele.
She gets whistled for the foul. That will be her first personal.
Mama Dembele is such a tough player. Thinking about her development over the course of the last 4 years, and whenever you talk to Coach Pinkston about her, and just, she always lights up with a smile when she starts talking about Mama Dembele. And then all the different names that come along with it. Which name do you get when?
Mamacita stood out.
That was your favorite.
Duke with the spin. And the finish. Faith Dukes. Pretty play to get her first points.
Faith Duke pulling it out. I know every once in a while you get those moves from her, and when you talk to Coach about it, she's like, I don't know where that came from, but I want more of it.
Dembele, no. The rebound comes to Matharu. Matharu on the take, finishes with the left. Final minute of the first half. Mizzou's leading scorer, Haley Frank, has not attempted a shot so far here in this game.
Every time she touches the ball, you see the double team coverage, but you got to figure out a way to get her some points.
Dembele finds Frank and finds a shot at least, but can't find the bottom of the basket as Florida has time here. Matharo with 6, with 4. Warren on the drive with 2, with 1, and it won't drop, but just about everything else did in that quarter for the Gators. They scored 29 points in the second quarter. Top player for Mizzou. It has to start there with the Tigers. They need to find a way to get her going here in the third quarter if they're going to mount a comeback.
Well, I definitely agree with that. Try to get some easier look for Haley Frank. Here it's the first one coming off the screen.
They start with a 3 for Frank. So the first play out of the locker room is a shot for Frank. It's off the mark. And here comes Matharo. Matharo for 3 and a rebound for Frank.
I think when you go back to that second quarter, the success that Florida had was moving the ball around to find those open players. So not the one dribble up and going straight into the shot. I think for Mizzou, what they have to do and focus on in the second half is go back to the spacing on the floor. I love the screen. I love the first play being ran for Frank, but got to continue to find looks for her.
That's the drive by the freshman, Hannah Linthicum. She's got 6. And Mizzou has the first points of the third quarter. That one won't drop, and Dembele's got the rebound.
And Linthicum, great job again, running down the floor. But what a great block, Aaliyah Matharo.
Aaliyah Matharo with the clean block, takes it back the other way, and the Gators go to work. Broughton with the kick to the corner. Reynolds passed up the shot. Warren will try it and make it.
That's the ball movement you're talking about. You saw the ball start on the right side of the floor, then go to the left, then back to the right. Then you finally get a great look wide open for Jariah Warren for 3.
Fourth three-pointer made by the Gators. Warren has 5. Frank open look. In and out for 3, but Missouri will take that look all day long. A wide open shot for Haley Frank.
Yeah, not very often that it doesn't go in. Frank is a player that she got to just see the first shot go in, and you got to figure out, is that off the three-pointer, or is that trying to figure out a way to get her a shot down low where she can get an easier look.
Reynolds on the pull-up. Here comes Mizzou the other way. Deflected. Faith Duke knocked it away. Still controlled by Missouri. No reset of the shot clock. Out of the scramble, an open 3 for Slaughter. Mizzou's getting open looks from outside the three-point line, just not dropping.
While you look at that shot selection, Grace Slaughter settled for a three-pointer. You take 1 or 2 dribbles to get closer to the basket, to see the ball go through the net. Sometimes that's the most important part when you're missing so many shots.
Judd has it for Mizzou. Dembele tried to reverse. Good defensive play by Reynolds.
Layla Reynolds used her length. Did a great job of not getting called for that foul running into Mama Dembele.
I don't think Kelly Ray Finley loves what she's seen from her team so far. She's got 3 subs waiting at the scores table, so she'll take a timeout. Last year in the faces for South Carolina, the remarkable thing is how many faces are not on the team this year, yet here they are again, undefeated in the regular season like they were a year ago, and the #1 seed in the tournament with a whole new starting 5.
Well, you talk about a rebuilding year, but it's not really been a rebuilding year. Leilani Correa knocked down that shot. South Carolina just continues to build off of who they are. And I have said this, and you hear a lot of people talk about it. Every single one of the players that's on South Carolina could go to a different team and potentially be a starter. So you lose your starting 5, you got the bench that comes in, of course you've added a few new pieces, and South Carolina at the helms of Dawn Staley and her staff have just been able to pick up where they left off.
Matharu was fouled on the drive, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And we joke around a little bit. They're like an
I like the joke.
It's quite the sense of humor. When you think for Dawn Staley being Coach of the Year, one way to look at, well, you know, you can look at the wins, you can look at the dominant performance, the #1 team in the country, but you can go through the names of Beal and Cook and Boston and Saxton and, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the 5th starter from last year. Oh my gosh, Tamika catches.
Yes, I'm blanking too. I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm listening to you. Oh my goodness.
Oh, stop. I've got Florida on the mind. Cook, Beal, Saxton, and me here. Fletcher was on that team. Aaliyah Boston's on that team. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yes.
Fletcher was the other starter. That's why I blanked out. But now those players aren't there. Judge to the basket for 2. Yes, they have not changed.
Well, Kiera Fletcher, because you didn't remember because it was only her 1 year that she played there. So coming in.
The reason I didn't remember is I've got a lot of names and numbers in my head right now, and I was afraid I was going to say something wrong. Haley Frank for 3.
Hey, there it is. Haley Frank. First points of the game. 3rd quarter, 5 minutes, 37 seconds left.
Averaging just under 17 a game. Now, she's had some good looks here in the 3rd quarter. If that keeps up, Missouri could shoot their way back into the game. They need some stops, and they get the miss from Matharu.
Because of the way that Missouri shoots the ball from the 3-point line, and I know I've said it, so I'm contradicting myself, you got to get some closer looks, and a great job, great slaughter with the step through, but because of the way that they shoot the 3, they are never out of a game.
It's that saying, Catch. Both things can be true.
They are.
They can get shots like that from Slaughter, stuff inside that could open up the outside a little bit more. It doesn't have to be all 3s right now, but it just needs to be hoops. Oh, beautiful dribble by Warren. Tried to dish it to Kindred. Shot clock down to 5, and it's controlled by Dembele.
All about the stops, Missouri. You got to get some stops on the defensive end, and you got to let that flow you into your offense. But you got to get good shots, and you got to make them.
Mama's shoulders drop down after that miss. She jogs across half court. 13-point game. Here's Correa. Shut off by Frank. Rimdahl had a good first half and turned it over.
Rimdahl passed the ball straight to Abby Fight. Abby Fight.
Fight cross court. Slaughter. No good, and Kindred's got the rebound.
Florida before, I feel like, was trying to get up and down and really control the pace of the game. As of late, I feel like they've done a better job of really slowing down and getting into the half-court offense.
Rimdahl off the mark for 3. Rebound for Judd.
That's the mismatch down low. Birdie Rimdahl on Haley Frank. Mama Dembele.
Dembele finds a cutting Fight, who's fouled by Warren, and 2 free throws coming for Missouri. Free throw line for Abby Fight out of the media timeout.
I'd have to agree. I love how Missouri has really slowed down and they have moved the ball. There was a lot of one-on-one action in the first half. Spacing was not good in the first half. Since they've come out, the first shot that they tried to get was Haley Frank, of course. She did not make it, but I think just getting her into the flow of the offense has really opened up the door for Missouri.
Missouri perfect its free throw line. Excellent free throw shooting team at 76%. That's first in the SEC. So if it comes down to free throws, edge for Missouri. They just don't get to the line a lot. Good defense there by Mizzou. It'll be Gators basketball.
The way that Missouri is playing defense right now, everybody really has one foot in the paint. When the drive comes in, Zippy Broughton went in. 3 players hands straight up. And she's trying to shoot over.
Heike Fedrape into the game for Mizzou, freshman from Germany. Reynolds takes it at the freshman, a little too strong, and a rebound for Frank.
Good defense by Missouri.
Fight will launch a deep 3, and a rebound pulled down by Fedrape. That is the first offensive rebound for Missouri today. And they're fighting for a second one. Mizzou ball.
Well, the way they're shooting the ball right now, Missouri, I would almost have a couple of players always going to the basket trying to get those offensive rebounds. As you said, the first offensive rebound for Missouri, they've got to get some extra looks if the ball's not falling off the first shot.
That one drops in. Slaughter in the double figures with 11. Matches what she did last game against Mississippi State. It is to single digits.
Third time's the charm for Missouri. Third offensive rebound.
Outside shot, no good. Batted by Warren. And last touch by Mizzou. And a struggle for the Gators. Their last 8 possessions, they are 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from the line with 1 turnover, and they've been outscored 11-0 in that stretch.
Well, Missouri has done a good job. They have literally packed the paint and made it hard for Florida to get some of those open looks that they were getting earlier in the game.
2 minutes to go in the quarter. Matharu on the pull-up. No. Batted out and controlled by Slaughter.
Chopping wood, as Coach Pimpton said, it's not about one play getting all of these points back. You got to go one possession at a time.
I think that foul's going to be on Faith Dute, fighting for the rebound.
Missouri getting more physical around the basket and getting in there and trying to get some of these offensive boards. Faith Dute gets called for that foul. Where it should be a Florida possession off of them, you know, box out your players. The way that Missouri is playing on the boards right now, you gotta box out.
Back out top to fight. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Fight on the drive, the kick. Wide open look, Grace Slaughter for 3.
Wow. The way Missouri moved the ball, Abby Fight attacks the basket, creates another player, has to come and help, and they get that wide open look.
Slaughter got a hand in there to knock it away. Frank got knocked out. She's squinting as she gets back up on her feet. Shuts off Broughton on the drive. Warren, tough shot, and an offensive foul. Frank takes the charge.
Now, we thought Haley Frank might have had a little bit of an injury, but being able to step in and take that charge, that's big for this team. Take another look at this three-point shot. Slaughter wide open. And that's what Missouri is banking on. They need more of those looks, more of those makes, and Haley Frank always willing to step in and sacrifice her body, get called for that charge.
That is the 36th charge she's drawn this season. 6-point game. 14 straight points. Outside fight for 3. Off the mark. Correa back into the game for Florida. I think in a perfect world, Kelly Ray Finley would have given her a break to the end of the quarter, but just the game right now, you just feel it's right here. This is the game, and you need your explosive scorer, dynamic player on the floor right now, and here she is. And Correa wasting no time to drive the lane.
Put the ball in Leilani Correa's hand, going down the stretch between her and Matharu sitting on the bench. One of them has to be on the floor.
About 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, so Mizzou trying to hold for 1. And Rape over the top to Frank. Frank has it blocked. Frank sticks with it and will go to the free throw line.
Haley Frank knew what the play was from the beginning. She was waiting for that back screen, gets around Jariah Warren up front, but then Faith Dute comes over, and she's gonna get called for that foul.
So that is the 3rd personal foul on Faith Dute. She'll come out of the game. Kindred will come on. Frank, #1 free throw shooter in the conference. At better than 93%.
We have watched Missouri chip away at this lead. Came out in the second half and done a good job.
I'm just going to take your chip away one step forward. Chop away.
Chop, chip.
Keep chopping wood.
All of that.
Just play off the cheap chopping wood like Brooke reported, right? There's Broughton. Back out top, and that will be after the horn, and it's an excellent quarter for Mizzou.
It was getting back to the way that the Gators started this game. Head coach Kelly Ray Finley came to the huddle, high-fived everybody, and she said, everybody, look at me right now. You know, this is who we need to be heading into the fourth. We're going to score just like Ronnie did in that first possession there. She said, let's go back to getting outside the lanes and run. Pretty much everybody take a deep breath and let's finish this game.
It starts, as you mentioned, Brooke, with the Correa basket to push it to a 9-point game. And now Florida trying to pick up the defensive intensity a little bit for Missouri's first possession. Tigers launch a three. Abby Schreck, the freshman, comes through with her second three-pointer.
Well, the patience of that Missouri offense not settling. They had a couple of times where they could have settled and taken shots, but they moved the ball. They saw the open cut. Florida trying to put and extend their defense, but I think Missouri just did a good job of finding that open look.
Back into the hands of Correa, turns and fires a three. The microwave came in the final minute of the third quarter, and she is on hot.
Well, she got their last 7 points for Florida, that three-pointer, and then the two-pointer at the beginning of the fourth and the one at the end of the third.
Warren, good defense for Florida with the deflection and a Missouri turnover. Rimdahl, you bet she's trying to find Correa right now.
I think everybody is.
Broughton, they'll give her the three. She'll kick. Warren open for three, and she drains it. Jariah Warren with the three.
That's a big shot right there. Everybody's focused on Leilani Correa, but Warren stepped right in.
That's Zippy Broughton getting hands in there and then leaning out of bounds. Missouri turns it over. Good defense by Broughton to force the turnover.
Well, Florida doing a good job of lighting it up from the outside. You see Leilani Correa coming off of that double screen. You cannot go under a shooter, but she definitely makes them pay, sets up and knocks down that three.
Warren has made 2 3-pointers today. She made 12 in the regular season. Tough shot. Won't spin in for Correa. Fight on the offensive boards by Kindred, and a tie-up jump ball will give it to the Tigers.
As Correa trying to create a shot. Kindred, good job getting in there, tying up the ball. Even if you don't get the possession, being able to get the jump ball, you never know when it will matter down the stretch.
Florida went cold in that third quarter. They've made 4 of their last 5 after missing 8 straight shots. Back up by 12. Missouri basketball, Mama back on the floor for the Tigers.
That's a good rest for Mama Dembele. The way she plays and the energy that she brings for this team, you need her.
On the turnaround, that's short from Judd. Broughton across half court. 8-3, Florida scoring here in the fourth to go up by 12. Rimdahl, that's short. Warren tried to save it, but right to Mama.
And not a good look for Florida. Florida at their best, move the ball, find the open player. You got shooters down here, and just like that, Ashton Judd stepped into a nice three-point shot.
Judd has 13. It's the third three she's made. Foul on Mizzou will send Florida to the free throw line.
I like that. Mama Dembele, good pass. Ashton Judd just walks right into a shot. The ball went up high, but a nice kiss to the basket.
8th three-pointer made by Missouri catch. They are 8 of 20, 40%. That's above their season average.
Three-point shooting team, they are going to find those open looks. They're going to get those open looks one way or another. Didn't start off the game shooting very well, but as of late have really stepped up.
Zippy at the free throw line. Haley Frank has made the three. Zippy comes through. She's got 4. She'll check out as Matharu checks in. Looks like Florida wants to bring some pressure too. At least slow Missouri down a little bit.
Florida doing a good job. They have 3 players in double digits, Matharu, Rimdahl, and Correa. Short minute, it looked like Mama Dembele sprained an ankle.
7 on the shot clock. Here's Mama. Tries to go to work on Matharu with the finish.
She didn't try to go to work. She did go to work. Nice little crossover.
6 points. First points of the second half for the senior from Spain. Correa hands it off to Matharu. Defended by Mama. Matharu lost the handle.
Too much dribbling. Got to figure out, pass the ball, move it around.
Judd takes it at Correa, who gets called for the foul.
Mama Dembele comes in off the bench rather, gets straight line drive. I like that crossover. Nobody comes over to help and gets straight to the basket. Ali Matharu has been in foul trouble the last couple of games. So that has been one of the challenges, and knowing, talking to Coach Kelly Ray Finley, of trying to make sure that she stays out of foul trouble.
First foul on Correa as Judd at the free throw line. Ashton on the all-freshman team a season ago in the SEC. Having a good sophomore year, has nearly doubled her scoring. She's got a team-high 15 today.
When you look at this Missouri team, they have a lot of young players. They have players that, a little bit more experience and,
Correa can't get the three, and it's a rebound for sophomore Ashton Judd. Dembele. Judd on the turnaround, 4-2. Here comes Mizzou.
Here they come. The Tigers are rolling right now.
Back within 5. They got it to 5. Got it to 6 rather in that third quarter during that run. This close they've been in a while. And timeout on the floor after that foul in what is now a 5-point game.
5-point game. Missouri is on a roll. Ashton Judd, nice little turnaround jump shot. That is what they are looking for. The 3 points are falling.
When Missouri fell behind by 20, largest deficit of the game, 48-28, things turned. Maybe they relaxed a little bit. They started to get open looks in that quarter. Correa has a shot blocked out of the timeout, and here comes Mizzou. The Tigers have outscored the Gators 27-12 since falling behind by 20.
This has definitely been a second half turn, because in the first half it was all Florida. Second half it's been all Mizzou. Florida hanging on, but they had the large lead to keep them on top.
Judd couldn't get it to drop. Missouri bench wanted a foul called. Nothing was called. 4.5 to go now in the fourth in a 5-point game. Rimdahl had a good first half, has not scored in the second half. Broughton looks for some points. Too strong. Ball batted around and finally controlled by Schreck.
A hot potato right there. Ball is up. Everybody knows how important every single possession is. And Mama Dembele straight to the basket.
8 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for Mama. 8-0 run in this game of runs. Missouri on the latest run to make it a 3-point game.
I will even go a step further. How about the leadership from Mama Dembele? Birdie Rimdahl able to step in. That's a much-needed basket for Florida.
First points of the second half for Rimdahl. Inside of 4 minutes to play in the fourth. Slaughter. Frank defended by Dukes. Handoff to Dembele. Dembele gets downhill again. Too strong. Batted. Out of play. And it will be Florida basketball.
That's the drive that you want, but Mama Dembele put on just that change of speed. I mean, she just goes by Zippy Barton. We know Zippy's quick, but Mama Dembele, that first step, no one can stay in front of her. Florida trying to figure out what play they're running. Maybe going to go inside to face Duke. No, the ball goes to Leah Matharu.
Trying to get Matharu going. She's been quiet for a while. On the drive, the tie-up. Possession arrow will keep it with Florida with 3:01 to go in the fourth.
Leah Matharu has been quiet, not been able to knock down some of the open layups that she's had.
She has scored 1 point in the second half, averaging 18 a game. Rimdahl takes a look down, steps back, can't get the three, but Matharu's after it and tracks it down for the Gators, and Dembele gets called for her third personal.
Mama Dembele trying to be aggressive going after the ball. Leah Matharu does a good job of just protecting it, going first off seeking it and then protecting it.
Kelly Ray Finley's team led by 16 at halftime. They stretched it to a 20-point lead in the third quarter. Missouri has fought back to make it tight here in the fourth. And that's going to be a foul on Missouri's Shrek, who tossed away Duke.
And Shrek trying to get in front. Got to front the post player. Duke, good job of posting out, but Shrek literally just took her arm and threw face Duke to the floor. Going to be our fourth foul. The first.
On the drive, won't drop, and that foul's going to be called on Warren. Duke is going to get called for the foul, so that is her fourth personal foul. So 4 on Faith Duke. She's on the floor right now. Haley Frank.
Faith Duke down, trying to play some aggressive defense, but you got 4 fouls. Got to be careful.
Shrek turns and fires a 3. Duke gets after the rebound.
Interesting to see they go back to this weave, trying to get an open look.
Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Warren on the drive. Warren with the finish.
Nice step through play. Jariah Warren sees the open lane. Faith Duke clears it out for her. Nice little step through.
Saw 8 of her 10 coming since halftime. She averages 4.5 points a game. Good day offensively for the junior. Frank on the turnaround, no. Rebound from Matharu. Florida in no rush right now. They can bring it down to around a minute.
Missouri needs to pick up their intensity on the defensive end if they want to figure out a way. You got to make those defensive stops, but Florida has the lead right now and can control the flow, the pace of the game.
Matharu has it knocked away. Battle for the basketball. A tie-up. Possession arrow will give it to the Tigers with 1:07 to go. So Missouri was down by 20 in the third quarter. Record keeping in this area goes back to 2008. It sounds like yesterday, but it's not. It's 16 years ago. And no team has overcome a 20-point deficit in the third quarter to win. So it's a 7-point game. Work to be done here for Missouri. But still time to do it. Shrek launches a three. No. Rebound to Slaughter.
The thing about it is you don't have to have a three-point shot. You just got to have some points on the board.
Tough basket attempt that rattles in and out. And here come the Gators. Final minute. Missouri's got a foul. And they give one here as Judd gets called for the foul. 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Gators.
Right off the rebound, you saw Coach Pinson on the side talking about trap and foul, and you saw Haley Frank talk about it, but she didn't go over, so lets more time off the clock. And Florida has all the time on their hands right now.
Matharo at the free throw line, 77% free throw shooter. Aaliyah, who did not play last year after transferring from Texas, played the first 2 years of her college career in the SEC at Mississippi State. Played well for the Gators this year, averaging 18 points a game. A couple of free throws right there to move them a step closer to a round 2 showdown with Vanderbilt. It will stay with Mizzou.
Good hustle play right there. Missouri not going to give up. That's just a reflection of their head coach, Coach Pinson.
Joined the 2,000-point club on Sunday. 4th member of the 2,000-point club all time at Mizzou. Dembele with the kick back. Frank launches a three. Not done yet. Haley Frank hits the three. Florida will take a timeout. It's now a 2-possession game with 20 seconds to go.
2-possession game, but you're going against a 3-point shooting team, and Haley Frank does not want to see her career end on a loss. Wants an opportunity, one more game, as you said.
Those would be the top 2 choices for Kelly Rae Finley to have at the free throw line. And a timeout called by Florida just before a 5-second count. Very important game for the Commodores against the winner of this game. Right now, Charlie says they are the last 4 in group for the NCAA tournament. Correa tries to get it into Matharu, batted around, and bouncing out of bounds. Last touched by the Gators. It will be Missouri basketball. They will go to the monitor to confirm it. Here, just to confirm it.
Oh, that's a tough play right there. Mama Dembele bounces it off of Warren.
Well, I think the question is going to be, where is Mama's foot right here? She got rid of the ball before she stepped out of bounds, it looks like to me. So that's clear right there. But then where does the ball go from there?
And Ashton Judd comes in late. The ball bounces off of Warren.
Now, where does the ball... It's still in?
Yes.
Oh, that reach right there. Does Judd touch it before it heads back out of bounds? I think Mama is safe. Great hustle play again by her, but watch the fingers and hands of number 24 in black. Does she touch it last before it heads out? That is going to be the big question here. Keep an eye on Judd, 24. Does she get reach? Oh, I think she pulled back just in time. And you think it hit Warren last before it went out of bounds, right?
Yes, I think it hit Warren. At this point in the game, you got to go for what you know.
Now a reminder, Florida still has 2 fouls to give. So let's see how they do on this possession here. Well, they get an open look. Missouri does for 3. It's no good. Scramble for the basketball, and a foul is called. 2 Florida players are down in the paint. Warren and Matharu. As Missouri inbounds it from the side. Off to Frank. Time winding down. Frank gets off a shot, and that will do it. The Florida Gators knock off Missouri, and they advance to take on Vanderbilt tomorrow in the ACC tournament.
That's right, 17 points for you, Leilani. You told me yesterday you feel like a big dog in this league now. What kind of big dog did it take to put this Mizzou team away late?
I mean, it started out kind of ugly, but I think that I got my team going, and I started making shots when we needed them most, and I think that, we just needed that momentum. The first half was kind of slow, but I think we got into our groove in the second half.
For you coming off the bench this season, you had great motivation, especially heading into that last game. You said, I'm not going to give him a choice. Get that 6th Woman of the Year award. What kind of confidence does that help and give you here in the postseason?
It gave me a lot of confidence, just to know that people are going to be guarding me, and I take it with a chip on my shoulder. It's like, all right, you want to guard me? I'm gonna have to have a good game.
Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We welcome in Florida head coach Kelly Rae Finley. Coach, congratulations.
It wouldn't be us if it didn't go that way. Right?
I was going to say, we were just talking about how many close games your team has been in all season long. What was the difference in this one in being able to put it away?
I thought our defensive effort was quite exceptional today. We were really locked in on the game plan. We executed very, very well. And we knew Missouri is a team that is very capable, and by goodness, they're going to fight to the very end, and like you just said, Haley Frank, she's been a staple in the SEC for a number of years, and we have the utmost respect for her. I thought Jeriah Warren did an excellent job on her, and it was a full team effort tonight.
Well, you've got one of the best scorers in the game in Leilani Correa. And we talked earlier about the buy-in, the conversation that you had to have with her about coming off the bench for your team. And obviously it's positioned you to be where you are today.
Yeah, she's a really selfless player. She is totally bought into team first, and I've been asked that quite a bit lately. And there's nothing to the story other than she wants the Florida Gators to be great. And she's never questioned my decisions. She's never questioned what's best for the team. She's embraced it every step of the way, and we're incredibly proud of her.
Given how close some of your games have been in conference play and some of those outcomes, Kelly, how was it that you were able to pull this game out today?
You could see it in their eyes, the connection, the togetherness, not everything went our way, but there was a resiliency, a resolve, and a fight, because it's March, so why not?
What did you say to Leilani when the awards came out and she won 6th Woman?
We're really proud of you. You've earned it. You've earned every step of the way. You've made our program better. Hats off to you. Now let's go have a great tournament.
So you move on. It's always about surviving advance.
That's right.
And you've got Vanderbilt. Talk to us about what that game plan is going to look like for you moving on. I mean, obviously enjoy the win today, but it's a quick turnaround, as we all know.
It is. We were disappointed in the result when we played at Vanderbilt, and that was quite some time ago. It was really early on in the season. They're a tenacious defensive team. They throw a lot of different things at you. They, too, have elite high-powered guards, just like I feel like we do. So I think it's going to be a tough game.
Coach, looking not only forward to tomorrow, but if you guys can keep this up here in Greenville, the type of performance that Aaliyah Matharu had today, 14 points, 9 rebounds, what's sort of been your messaging to her throughout the course of the season as far as what type of role she plays for this team?
Oh, man, she's the engine that makes us go. She most definitely is. She is tenacious. She's tough. We kind of joked a little bit the other day of we need her competitive fire. We talked about her alter ego, but she is our competitive fire. She wants the ball in her hand when it matters the most. And, she just embraces the role. Tonight it didn't come easy to her. She's working through playing like that. And I was super proud of her. At one point she said, okay, just give me another moment here. And then I got you. And there's not a better feeling as a coach when your point guard has that kind of mindset.
We talked about Leilani, Aaliyah Matharu. I thought Faith Dude played some good minutes, Birdie, but Jeriah Warren.
Yeah.
Man, she doesn't always get the credit she deserves, but for her, the way that she guarded, she rebounded, she was scoring today. I mean, what about her performance today?
Yeah, she's just an all-around great player. She too is willing to do whatever the team needs. Thought that layup late was huge.
Special.
Yeah, it was huge. That was just a little glimpse for you all as to what Jeriah is capable of. And we need her to be more offensive-minded, but she always makes the right play. And like I said before, we really can't take her off the floor because of her defense.
All right, Coach, before we get you out of here, 8:30 p.m. tip tomorrow night. So it's going to be quite a while before we see you back here again. What do the next 24-plus hours look like as far as watching the tape, recovering, celebrating? How do you go about that with your team?
We're a hungry group. The Florida Gators this season, the ball hasn't always bounced our way. And I've been incredibly proud of them, and we've talked about this quite a bit, is sometimes as a woman, oh geez, I didn't give my best effort because I was afraid of failure. That's not this group, right? So we're going to lay it all out on the line, probably get some rest tonight, and then take the day as it comes and prepare tomorrow.
We cannot wait to see you guys back out here again tomorrow night taking on Vanderbilt. Coach, congratulations on the win today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Go Gators.
Florida Gators head coach Kelly Ray Finley, kind enough to stop by after a big win over Missouri.